Coach, the rain is falling. Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Quick throw here out to Brown. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Second and 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. 3rd and long for Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run here with Barber. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Ravens.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, Barber. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On second down, a run with Lindsay. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a third and about 5. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Off play action. Thompson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott, he'll get this to Eckler. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Watch the screen.
26. Prescott now from the 50. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. To throw is Thompson on first down. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, But which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done? Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. On second down, Eckler takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On third down, it's Prescott. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they work this well upfield across the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. First down, Prescott. This will be caught by Brown. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
They'll run here with Eckler. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here's Prescott. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Pardon, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
Switch gears, switch gears. Watch twins, watch twins.
Thompson back to the air on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a return will stop right around the 25. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Well, another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. If you're running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Eckler. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
Read. You draw focus.
They'll start on the ground with Barber. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Thompson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first and 10, Prescott eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. In this one, a 41-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, box drop.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's Prescott. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down and even.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game. Yet, they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. On 1st and 10, Thompson steps away to his left. He'll run it. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Thompson from the gun. He'll throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Thompson to throw again. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A touchdown would tie it. They trail 13-6 as they come up with a 1st and 10. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Townsend now on 3rd and 2. It's complete to Grant. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And he's going to keep it here. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st. Here's Thompson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Grant. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler 1st.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Got it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Wahoo!
4 down. Mike 40.
From the gun, Thompson. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Bravo!
Check 3. Let's go. Hey, Mike 40. You're trapped.
2nd and 2. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Back to throw. Thompson. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will tie things up at 13. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A big pickup there on the run. 30 yards. Now Eckler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
It's Eckler again. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Kill. Check.
Again, it's Edwards. Down to the 25. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Gun.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet, see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Thompson. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. The Steelers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Thompson operating from the gun. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Barry on the punt as he gets this one away.
All right, zero rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the 4th quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensitive. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now Prescott. Dancing to his left. He's going deep for Brown. He's got it with the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His third touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
It got his man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Now Thompson from the gun, he'll throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Grant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there on a first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Hey, Haywood!
Second and 6. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Philip Lindsay, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need.
Oh, Prescott stripped, and it's picked up by the Steelers. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half, they give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no... And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Prescott to throw. Being chased out left. And his throw here is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Prescott to throw on fourth. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. T.J. Watt. And that will force a turnover on downs. On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. First down run goes backwards. Another run by Lindsey. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here's second and 10 now from the 35.
Watch 54. Get the ball. Check safety.
Prescott. Forced out to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Now Prescott on fourth down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Steelers, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.